How do these two match up, man? Merab, minus 195 favorite at open, plus 165 comeback for Cejudo. We look at the live numbers. Minus 225 for Merab, plus 185 for the triple cringe. AJ, I see your face, and I think that you got something to say. I think that you see some value here on the triple cringe, Henry Cejudo, the Olympic gold medalist wrestler. Talk to me, brother. What do you got?
I do see some value right here, Derek, especially because if you think about the way Merab's going to try to get this fight done, right? He's going to be pressuring, going to be trying to control it the entire time, going to look to do some damage, but probably just really look to push Henry Cejudo around. Well, who's one of the best people to use that momentum against? He was one of the best wrestlers in this division. Yeah, he might have left and then came back. It might be cringy as ever, but Henry Cejudo can be that guy to get that job done. I mean, we saw him hold down Aljo in their fight. Yeah, did Aljo win? I think so. And, he won on the paper, so it all makes sense. But with this going into this fight, I just don't see the way at which Merab Dvalishvili really goes in there and just completely turns the tables on Cejudo. I think Cejudo's seen so much, so many times, and especially now when he's coaching in his own gym, he's going to be able to see what's going on and act accordingly. I think this is a really interesting fight, and that's kind of a little bit mind-blowing to me. That's why I made the face as the lead keeps growing, or the favoritism keeps growing in the odds makers' eyes for Dvalishvili.
We got to think about this. Cejudo already retired, came back, lost. Is already saying, if I win this fight, it's all for the gold. If I lose, I will retire again. You're 1 foot out, 1 foot in type situation. And I think that it's fair to, if you're betting with your pocketbook, to say, I don't feel super confident on somebody who's not fully in here, win or loss, right? So I think that's kind of playing into it. But more important, Merab, man, how is he going to get the job done if he does get the job done? I don't think it's technical proficiency. I think Henry Cejudo is a way more technical, way a better wrestler the entire nine. But this is a mixed martial arts fight. And I think that Merab knows how to weaponize his cardio in such a way to where he can be durable, he could take some of your best shots, and he could just constantly put it on you and not allow you to establish your rhythm. And once Henry Cejudo gets into a rhythm, once he finds his reads, that's when he's the most dangerous. So AJ, let me ask you this. Merab notoriously likes to go in on his single leg entries, might switch it to a double, and if he doesn't switch it to a double, he'll open up a clinch opportunity, get in a couple rabbit punches, kick it back on out to distance, and then rinse, wash, repeat, bro, for 15 minutes, 25 minutes, doesn't matter how many minutes that it needs to take place. Henry Cejudo says he knows how Merab fights and he understands that that's the game plan and he has something for it. How can Henry Cejudo be successful if he's on the back foot for the entire fight? Can he be successful on the back foot for 15 minutes?
That's a good question, Derek. I think Henry Cejudo can be successful if he's fighting on the back foot, especially if he's able just to keep Merab chasing him around the ring. Cut angles. See Merab's going to come in, like you said. He shoots for the single leg, bend knee, kick out. Whatever ability Henry Cejudo has to get it done, he's going to be implementing it. And I think it's going to come down to movement, timing, and just avoiding the chaos and letting Merab just really dump everything he has into the fight, especially because it's only a 3-round fight. So these boys are going to be getting after it very, very quick. I don't really see a gas tank issue coming into play. I'm really curious how Henry Cejudo, Triple Cringe, is going to be able to stop the nonstop pressure that Merab's going to be having. I'm excited to see what he has for him because other than that, Derek, other than skating off to the side, I don't really see any other option.
Well, that's the thing. When he fought Aljo, man, he wasn't on the front foot the entire time. Aljo forced him on the back foot. That's when Aljo had the most success. Now, when did Henry have the most success? When he turned the tides and when he was able to put Aljo on the back foot. Now, we've seen Merab fight off of the back foot. It's not like it's a new thing. Petr Yan had him on the back foot quite a lot in their matchup. But the only difference is, so Petr Yan had the ability to say, I'm a really dangerous striker, and I could put it on you in a plethora of ways on the feet. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to play it safe, play it at distance, get in, and then get out. Henry Cejudo, while he is a dangerous striker, I mean, he's not, you know what I mean? We're not looking at Henry and be like, oh my God, bro, most nasty kickboxer in the world. He's a wrestler, right? So when the wrestling mitigates each other and Merab isn't even trying to take you down, he is going to get an attempt to close the distance, to open up offensive opportunities. You have to just imagine it becomes a volume thing. So if this becomes a volume thing, we see the number, minus 125 is the decision prop for Merab Dvalishvili. I do not see value there. That is not a bet that I would take, given that this could still be a very close matchup. If there's any juice to be had here, I think it's 100% on Henry Cejudo's side because he could play a massive spoiler and people could win a lot of money on this one. So to preface, again, folks, I am backing Merab right here. I just think that the odds makers are a little disrespectful to Henry Cejudo, given that he has every opportunity to win this fight. If he does, AJ, what prop or what bet in general is going to maximize the amount of return that you can get for Henry Cejudo.
I think the one prop that's going to be the most likely and as well as maximize the most profit for you folks, going to be that plus 275 decision prop for Henry Cejudo, because both these guys have all the tank in the world, all the pressure, and as well as the ability to make it last that long and get down and dirty in these fights. I like that. And if you're not taking that, money line is also really good. I like the decision, though.
That's right. And if you're looking at the over and under, man, 2.5 rounds, I'm sure you can imagine the over is heavy, minus 300 for the over, plus 240 for the under. And the only way that I could see that not be a self-fulfilling prophecy for the decision, Merab does have a lot of reckless entries. And I think Henry Cejudo has very well-timed knees, very well-timed hooks, things that are those straight line stoppers that you talk about a lot, AJ. Give them something to think about. Give them a knee, give them an elbow, give them a uppercut, give them something to say, if you close this distance, the price of admission is going to be too high. You're not going to want to continuously do that. But the problem is, Merab, when's the last time the man's been knocked out? I can't tell you, right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Merab is a very, very dangerous man, 16-4 in his career, 9-1 in his last 10. And the fight that he lost, arguably, you know what I mean? That Ricky Simone submission, that was kind of not a submission, but he was kind of out on his feet. I don't know. The point is right here, I think Merab gets it done. You're backing Henry Cejudo in this one, but the most important victory that we could have across the board right here, folks, I think that if you throw this parlay, this minus 300 over 2.5 rounds into a parlay, you might be able to get some juice out of that one, depending on how you string it together. AJ, you got anything else on this one?
Oh, man, I really like that play for the parlay. I see the over being very successful in this one. Let's see how it goes.